Morning guys, what about you? I want to talk about something a bit different now. This is going to be a video that's probably going to take me a few weeks to create, but I want to talk about pond additives, and I'm actually going to do a test on 3 of the major players and see which one works best. So I'm going to make all the criteria exactly the same. I will clean the filters in normal fashion. I'll drop the pod twice, drop the Nexus twice. I'll get the jap matting out of the Nexus, give that a hose off, and I'll fill the pond back up. I'm going to turn the pump on the Easy Pod right down to 50%. The auto feeder is going to be set to go off 4 times a day. 8 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock in the afternoon, 12 o'clock midday, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and then 8 o'clock in the evening. At each occasion it's going to feed 35 grams, so that'll be 140 grams a day going into the pond of Hikari wheat germ. So the pond hasn't had any additives in it for a fortnight, so I'll do the filters, I'll test each additive, I'll let them run for a week. I won't touch the filters for a week, and I'll monitor how things go in the pond, clarity, water, parameters, things like that, and I'll keep you updated. So these are the 3 products in question that are going to be going into the pond. I've got Mediclay by NT Labs. That's a Montmorillonite clay. I can't say it, to be honest, but you can read it. So this is a clay. It's advised to use weekly. There is no ingredients or explanation of what's actually in it on the back. It just says a clay. The dosage rate on this one is 100 grams per 1,000 gallons. If you're just looking for water clarity, or 200 grams per 1,000 gallons for fish health. This one is my KoiMasters Advantage. This one isn't a clay, unlike the others. It is natural minerals, but it's not actually a clay. Again, there's no list of ingredients on the packaging on this one. So just a blend of natural minerals and water conditioning ingredients that help improve the Koi. Now, I know from using that one for many years that it actually works. I've never used any of the other 2 products. This is KUSURI Klay. Similar stuff to the NT Labs, I would suspect. Again, no list of ingredients on the back of that, just dosage rates. This one's sort of 50 grams per 1,000 gallon, which is half the others, so you may only get a kilo in a pack of this one, but I suspect it would go a lot further. So the first one that I'm going to use is the KUSURI Klay. All of these products are coagulants, I would suspect, and what that means is they bind to the impurities in your pond water and make them stick together, really. Coagulation is the form of liquid turning to solid. So what I do know, from anyone that feeds a lot of growth food, if you do, you'll know you can get that oil on the surface of your pond. Sake Hikari is quite oily, the growth, and you can get that yellow tannin in the water. I know from my own experience that KoiMasters Advantage removes that, and I'm suspecting that the other 2 will as well. So the first one I'm going to test is the KUSURI Koi. I'll go on and get the filters done, and we'll give that a run through. So before I start any comparison testing, I'm just going to get a water test done to see where we are before we begin. So I'll get on, get that done, show you the results. So this is where we are with the water results. pH, which is back in range for me, 7.5. It was right up over 8 there for a while, which was concerning. I was having a few fluctuations, but it seems to be holding. Ammonia, I'd say that's in between 0 and 0.25. So I've got no concerns there. Nitrite, where it needs to be, 0. Phosphates, always quite high. Not really worried, but that's just wanted to get some figures out before we actually start. So first one on the chopping block is the KUSURI Klay. A lot, you know, first thoughts, it's a lot finer than any additive I'm used to using. So this is 50 grams per 1,000 gallon. Full disclosure though, Lady Decoy will probably still be feeding her treats of an evening. I ain't going to be able to stop with that, but I'll make sure that she feeds them all the way through the process for every test. So I'll try and do this one-handed. For my pond, it's 2,200 gallon, so I'll go on and get this weighed up. I was going to try and do it on camera, but I'm only going to make a mess, so I'll go and get it weighed up. Like I said, a mess was made. The KUSURI Klay actually comes with a little cup for weighing it up. I realised that when it come flying out of the packet and went everywhere. So for my pond it'll be 110 grams. I'm gonna go and get it in the water here quickly because, well, that's why it just tends to blow everywhere because it's so fine. I'm just going to administer it like I would any other additive down the centre of my Easy Pod. Funky colour. Well, that's it in. I know you just watched the video of the... It does look a bit sandier, like grainier in the water than what I'm used to, but we'll see how it goes, see what it does. I know you just watched the video of me cleaning my filters and I can hear the screams from here. Beneficial bacteria, because I put the garden hose in my filter without any dechlorinator. But for me, the Easy Pods serve one purpose, and that's mechanical filtration. I'm not really worried about any biofiltration in them. My biofiltration comes from that. So, well, that's it in, guys. KUSURI Klay. I'll check back on the water 24 hours or so and keep you updated. So here we are, 24 hours after the KUSURI Klay went in. Water looks good. What I will say is the KUSURI Klay didn't cloud the water like other products do. It only really was in the pond for about an hour and then the filters cleared it, so I don't know whether that's a bonus for the KUSURI or not. But the water still looks good. What I will say, I come out this morning and a couple of the fish were sitting on the bottom and they didn't come up. I don't know whether that has anything to do with what I put in the water or not. But for me, I didn't really like the graininess in the water. There was no flicking or flashing, so I don't know if it had any effect on the gills or not. So yeah, 24 hours on. So we'll get the Saturday and I'll do the water tests and then do the filters. And then leave it a week before putting the next one in. Right, there, fingers. So it's Wednesday now and I just don't think the water clarity with the KUSURI Klay is anywhere near what it is for the other additives, so definitely don't think the quality's there. So I don't think that one would be for me, to be honest. It may be better value in terms of because you only use so little of it, but I just don't think it's one that I would stick with using. But that's just my experience, my opinion with it. We'll get the filters done on Saturday and leave it a week and then we'll try the next one. So Saturday, guys, after the week of KUSURI Klay. So just quick water test. pH, absolutely bang on that. It's come down. I was quite concerned about it. So ammonia, maybe a little something. It's always hard to tell with them API kits. So, and the nitrite, which is definitely a no-no. So water parameters are bang on after a week of using the KUSURI Klay. So happy days. So the next one on the chopping block is the NT Labs. I need 220 grams of this for my pond. Again, that's a lot finer than the stuff I'm usually used to, so bit like the KUSURI Klay. Here we go, time to make a mess. Yeah, I'm just gonna administer it the same way like I always do. Give it a minute. There's no need to show you all the same details that I did for the previous test because all the parameters are the same. I'll go on and get this in. So that's it. That's the NT Labs in the pond. I'm hoping for better results with this one than what I actually got with the KUSURI, because I do know a few of my pals actually use this one and they rate it. So hopefully it'll do a lot better than the other stuff. Seems to react a lot more like the KoiMasters Advantage in the water than the actual KUSURI Klay. It's not bitty or anything like the last one was, so hopefully we'll get better results. So this is the day after the NT Labs has gone in. I don't think I've got that sparkle to the water that I get with the other products. So but I'll give it time. There seems to be a bit of a scum on the surface as well that I don't normally get. Well, I'll keep an eye on it, see how it goes. Just keeping you updated. So here we are then, a week after the Mediclay. Just about to do the filters. I think the water looks okay. Fish seem absolutely great. I tested the water parameters. I didn't feel the need to put them up there, but everything's bang on, everything's where it needs to be. Fish are definitely hungry, obviously. We are heated here to 20 degrees, so all that's left to do now is knock out the filters and give it a week, and then test the third and final product, which is going to be the KoiMasters Advantage. So I hope you're enjoying the video so far, guys. If you're getting any decent value out the video, then do give us a like, smash the subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll crack on to the next product. So here we are, guys, that time again, another week, another product. Third and final one on the block is the KoiMasters Advantage that I've pretty much used for, oh, I don't know, years anyway. So that's a 220 gram product as well. Wow, so close. Don't know if you can see it. It's not actually as fine as the other two that I've used, so get that in. Like this one obviously isn't actually a clay, but it does lots of things. Balances the pH, does wonders for the water clarity. So the reason I actually ended up using this product is due to growing a fish too fast, but I'll talk about that in a minute anyway. Right, so the filters are all cleaned and I'm ready to fire the KoiMasters in, so I'm going to get on and chuck it in now. It's definitely a lot whiter when it was in the pond, and obviously it's not grainy, so you guys are probably well used to seeing this stuff in my pond anyway, so it will take about 24 hours to clear this. When it first goes in, you can actually see the yellow tannins in the water from the heavy feeding, so that should be out tomorrow when the advantage is cleared, to be fair. But the reason why I started using it, I had a KUSURI again. That fish has been through the ringer. But when I first had that fish, I grew it in my indoor pond, and it grew a ridiculous amount in a short period of time, and the sumi had all spread and stretched, and it just didn't, the pattern didn't grow well with the fish, so I'd probably grown it a bit too fast. And when I was talking to Chris, I said, how can I bring the sumi back up through? That was when he gave me my first bag of KoiMasters Advantage back then, and within probably a couple of months of using it, the sumi was up to the solid black that you see now on it. So for sumi, it definitely makes a world of difference. So that's it. Bye bye fish until tomorrow. So it's the middle of the week now after the KoiMasters Advantage is in and the water sparkling. Just thought I'd get you a bit of footage as I just about to get off out on the bike. So yeah, that's definitely done what was required of it. Back to getting a whole lot of algae on the shore though, which isn't pretty, obviously. So yeah, I'll see where we are come the end of the week, obviously, and do the water tests and keep you posted, but fish are looking happy. So here we are, a week after the Advantage has been in, just about to do my filters, and the water is tip top, 100%. So yeah, safe to say that's a winner. I'll do a little final video on signing off on this one, of my experiences with the 3 products that we've used here, and I'll let you make your own decisions on it. Obviously I'll pop a link up to all 3 in the comments, and you can make your own choices. Right, so that brings us to the end of the trial video, and all 3 products done, all 3 products tested, and I do believe there's probably a situation for every product, to be honest. I couldn't pick. I mean, I'll always have my KoiMasters Advantage, that'll be my go-to. I think what this one does for the water parameters, the clarity, the sumi, the way it brings the sumi back out, I think that will always be my go-to product. But with this one, the KUSURI Klay, that seemed to, yeah, it was a little bit grainy in the water to start with, but it cleared within an hour and the pond was completely clear, and it did bring that sparkling clarity to the water as well. So I think if you were having guests or something over and you wanted something you could chuck in the pond to make the water look, you know, sparkling, and to have that effect within a couple of hours, you know, you could throw it in that morning, and then by that evening when your guests arrive, the water would be sparkling. So I think I'll keep that for that reason, and I'll probably use it again on that merit. The NT labs, I think with this stuff, you know, you need to get it, you need to build it up, you know, use it sort of week after week maybe to see the benefits. So for me, that one will be in there in case I ever run out of me KoiMasters Advantage. It did the do, cleared the water. It took, I know after 24 hours it was a bit of a scum, but following on from that, you know, the clarity did come, and it did look great. No adverse reactions from the fish from any of the products, so you know, they all seem to be a decent shout really. The thing about the KoiMasters Advantage, it does really seem to help the pH for me. I can struggle sometimes here with fluctuations. That's why Chris invented it, because his water went crap basically. So yeah, lo and behold, I am impressed with all 3 products, and you know, I hope you enjoyed the video, the insight to show you what each one does, and you know, I hope you get some value from it, and it was actually worth filming. So right guys, so yeah, that's it. That brings us to the end of the video. I do hope you enjoyed it. It was a long drawn out one, it took me a few weeks to film. Lots of filter cleaning, and leaving the filters for a week at a time was a bit of a nightmare, to be honest. I had no reason to come out midweek and clean them while we were testing these products, but yeah, I probably found the value in each and every one of them. So I'll pop a link up in the description for every product. You know, you can pop on there and buy them and see what works best for you. Every product reacts differently in every pond. Every pond is different, so you know, it's all about trial and error and finding out what works for you guys. So hope you enjoyed it, and if you haven't already, jump down and give us a subscribe. You know, give us a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. It helps me grow the channel, and it helps give me the motivation to come back here every week and film new videos for you. So if you enjoyed it, give us a thumbs up. Take it easy, folks. Take care, look after yourself. More importantly, look after your fish. Thanks.